I'm Greg Off. I am the owner and CEO of OffBase. The point of today's conversation is how some brands are able to stay present in our lives as we talk about how legendary game franchises stay fresh through collaboration and innovation. Whether your first encounter was playing at an arcade, using a cartridge in your game system, even doom scrolling at 2 a.m., seeing it on your social feed as a meme. And I'm super thrilled to get to explore that with two of my very favorite people, Maya Rogers, CEO of the Tetris Company, and Shuji Utsumi, President and CEO of Sega. Quick show of hands before we get started. I'm just curious, how many of you here have played Tetris or Sonic the Hedgehog?
That's a silly question. I hope everybody's hands go up.
No, well, they have. But I've got a point. Yeah, perfect. You've kind of proved my point. Tetris and Sonic were created in very different eras and cultural contexts, yet they both have remained relevant for decades, right? What do you believe is like the core idea or principle that has allowed it to endure for so long across so many generations?
Well, Tetris was created in 1984 by Alexei Pajitnov, and really I think he created the perfect game, right? He created a game that is simple to play, that is difficult to master. It really speaks to our innate want and need to create order out of chaos. Every generation that has touched it, when they play, everybody has a different experience.
Video game industries has been evolving with the technology evolution. Sonic, the fastest character game in the 16-bit, days. So people got really excited about this, new experience. We are somehow capturing the edge of technology and new experience. Then afterwards, it's like a constant somehow feed of, stimulation.
Let's talk about legacy versus evolution. How do you decide what elements of Tetris, can't be touched, they can't be changed, versus where, experimentation or evolution are necessary?
Going back to my earlier point of Alexei created the perfect game, so we don't want to mess with that, right? It's the mechanic of you see the Tetris pieces falling and you're clearing lines, and we're never going to mess with that. But we have come up with so many different variations. And probably to the casual player, Tetris is still the same, but to a hardcore player, Tetris has evolved over time. It's kind of like when you look at how the movie industry's evolved, right? The original movies were black and white, no sound. It's still the same medium, but today, it's completely different. So in a similar way, I think we make sure that Tetris is always remain true to its core, but we've allowed it to expand in so many different ways.
Industry forced us to evolve because technology is evolving. Starting from 16-bit, title, 32-bit, 64. I don't know how many bits right now. I mean, a game is expanding the space. At Sega, I always says lore and innovation. So somehow we respect the sonicness. At the same time, we need to evolve to capture the audience.
We're just talking about lifestyle brand and how things kind of go beyond just the games because they now exist far beyond games, right? There's film, music, fashion, live events, online communities.
We came out 3 years ago. I was at South by, and we launched the Tetris movie. Starring Taron Egerton, and that movie experience was significant because it was the first time that in the video games industry we highlighted people behind the scenes, right? It was two programmers coming together and finding this bond, this language of play, and so these two men found this bond, and because that story of friendship and people coming together was such an amazing human story. That's what made the movie become what it is, today.
I mean, it's a really good time. I mean, but potentially, game has that kind of power. And then culturally, what's really great is, this kind of, nostalgic, mentality and also a new innovation kind of mindset, creators want to be a part of it. And I believe game has a kind of cultural power to really collaborate with all these kind of talents.